Does everybody know where we're at right here?
Yeah.
We're in Greenwich Village at Joe's Pizza, which I love. I'm sure you love. Many drunk nights here. Many drunk nights, and this is the recovery. It soaks up the booze. So,
No, you used to wake up across the street on the bench.
well, yeah, and then you come over, and you wait till the line goes down, and you come over here, and then you get some slices. And
That's why we did it this morning. They were not even open. We were already like taking
this is
pictures.
perfect. I can't even believe you have this opening right here. You guys got lucky with this little scene because usually
Well,
it's
we
like
had to
people.
beat up some people to get them.
We'll pick them up later. It's all good. So it's fun.
But anyway, so
Yes.
what was it like to grow up in New York City?
I grew up in the Bronx, New York. People don't know me.
That's pretty tough, right?
Well, I don't say tough. I grew up without a dad. My dad took off when I was 10, a family of 5. So when I did, my mother really was having a hard time with 4 other kids besides me. So I moved back to my grandmother's house, back to the Bronx. And it was right near the Throgs Neck Bridge, so it was a really great, loving house. My grandmother, my aunt, my uncle. Charlie Benanti, the drummer of Anthrax, my drummer, lived in that house. So we grew up together as musicians. So he very much inspired me to play.
And how did you choose bass?
Funny enough, jamming all these songs, growing up, Rush, all that, Cheap Trick, Kiss, all the great stuff. All the great Who, whatever it was. And he'd be playing drums, and I'd be playing rhythm guitar, or he'd be playing guitar, and he'd say, "You're playing." Charlie's the one that called it out. "You're playing the bass parts on guitar."
Really?
So I hear
So
the
you were
bass part.
natural.
Yeah.
for
So
that.
when I hear a song, Andrew, I hear the bass automatically. I just go right to the bass, and then the melody and the guitar. But I still write on guitar. I write songs on guitar. But bass is my love.
Right.
It's still my love. To this day. It's been a lot of years.
Wow.
It's been a lot of years. So it's a great thing.
And you were growing up together with the drummer.
Yeah.
How old were you when you first met?
Oh God! Well, I was in the same family, so God, I have a picture of us when we were 4 or 5 years old.
No way.
Yeah, so it was, I mean,
So
way
you were
back.
not even playing music.
He was a great drummer. He was a natural drummer, Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm kissing his ass right now. But Charlie was a natural drummer, and I was always inspired by that. When I said, Charlie can do this, I want to do something like that too.
Right.
And it just turned out to be, it was guitar. Guitar always, I'm a melody guy. Guitar always really turned me on. So when I found out about guitar, yeah, and then bass was over. As soon as I put on a bass.
What was your first bass?
My first official bass was a Fender 72 Jazz.
Oh, that's
Fender 72 Jazz. I still have that bass. Here's a quick story for you, Andrew. Rest of my grandmother's soul, in the Bronx, she was cleaning the house after I moved out and stuff. And this really deep closet she had. And she said to me, Frank, she called me up, Frank, I have this guitar. She didn't know what it was. Guitar. I found all the way in the corner of the closet. I thought I'd lost this thing. I had no idea. I thought that somebody threw it out. It was my first bass.
No way.
This was when I was in Anthrax and we got popular and stuff. And my first bass, so I went there immediately. I flew back down to the Bronx and saw it. Please, I said, don't throw it away, don't throw it
So
away.
it's a free bass. Essentially, you didn't pay for it.
No. Yeah.
Those are the best.
Well, back in the day, I remember I paid $200 to $50 for it. Back in the day, so which is a bargain.
Wow.
So, but that's what got my training. All my training for my bass, listening. I developed my ear. I learned how to play through my
But then
ear.
you gravitate towards like a P-bass pickup.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I felt it had better for the way I play, and the way I play. I felt it had a better. I had a better
More
connection.
punch, like mid-range?
Total more punch, without a doubt. But it also it sounded the way I wanted to sound. You know how you do? I see the way you work, and I'm going to kiss your ass for a second here. Hey, man, how are you? Welcome. Hey, thank you. See, this is what it's all about. Nice.
Look at that.
Guys, thank you.
See, this is real New York pizza, guys.
Thank you, guys.
You can taste this through it. Thank you, brother. If you can taste this through the camera, you should, because it's going to be that good. You're jealous. You're jealous. No, this is the best. Love it, man. It's all good.
Oh, wow.
So you go first.
It's a plate for you.
Now, the correct way to do this,
And the crew's going to eat too.
everybody's going to eat, right, guys? All right.
But it's too hot.
It's too hot right now. We're going to let it cool off. And you guys feel free. It is hot.
We need some napkins. Let me get some napkins.
Okay.
You have napkins?
This smells better than it looks. It's been a while, so wow.
So anyway, my first real guitar was a Telecaster.
Yeah?
what was it, 72,
72.
like you,
Yeah, look at that.
and it was $100.
100. The deals were back then. Now those deals don't exist. You can't.
No.
Very, very rare. You know, on the
I
road.
still have it too.
You still have it?
We're gonna have to jam together.
With
right?
my
So-
bass,
seriously.
that I would love because that's it kind of is where you started. It's kind of when I put that bass on, like I don't. Here's the crazy thing: I haven't even changed the strings.
No way.
I swear to God, because it's vintage of how I grew up. When I play it,
Is it round wound or a flat wound?
round wound on those. It's round wound because I had another bass that had flat wounds and I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
That's the problem. They don't cut through.
Especially your style.
Yeah,
you really need that.
We could never, for what we do for anthrax and metal and stuff like that, if you don't cut through, there's a big kick drum, there's a big heavy rhythm guitar. If there's, like you find, what I love about your ear, Andrew, is that you cut through. You have a frequency in your head that knows how to cut through sounds. And that's the God's honest truth. It makes it a lot easier in the studio, specifically in the studio, when you're getting drowned out.
Yeah.
And you can't hear your bass. And some of the things you play, it's like, I know I played it. Oh, the kick drum's covering it. Or the heavy rhythm guitar. And that means all to me, man. So you, for me, were a godsend because you also put the frequency that I feel. There's a piano. You see Tom Peterson and I, you know, Cheap Trick, Tom Peterson, Cheap Trick, Doug Pinnick, King's X.
They all use our product.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all love them, of course. You're the home base. You don't understand that. You're the home base. We all like this piano sound. It's like a piano topping to our sound that we love. Geddy Lee. We all love this piano topping sound
But
to the bass,
the bottom.
but having the bottom without losing anything. That's the trick. How do you combine both of those sounds without losing the push and the drive? Your head, your ear does that, and we can't do it without that. And that's the truth. So we can do a bunch of knobs in the studio, but it never gets to where we have to get to it. Specifically live, man. With live, because it's a different animal, and Anthrax is so fucking loud on stage. Oh my God.
Of course. Yeah.
And let me tell you, it's a godsend. It's a godsend. I mean, my first one, you probably saw my first SansAmp. That's from God. That's one of the early ones.
Well, that was the inspiration for us to create the new pedal for you, to go back all the way there and take the guts,
Yeah.
what makes it really happen, and just narrow it down to that, because you had a great idea to make it simple.
Yes.
Because all the kids who want to get your sound they're gonna get lost if it's too many bells and whistles.
I totally agree.
Make it simple,
Yep.
and we did.
My thing always, because I'm still that fan. I'm still that kid that goes and buys the pedal. How do you do this? How do I get Frank sound? How do I do, for me, how do I get Geddy sound? How do I get, all my favorite players, Steve Harris. How do I get it? But I don't want to be a computer science guy and just read a whole catalog of maybe trying things.
I know it's like a pilot license you need.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden I need a license to use this pedal. It's like, wait, I want to do, here's Frank's sound, boom, right?
Yeah.
And now here you can go on from Frank's sound and make your own sound.
Exactly.
That's what's important to me.
Totally.
So I think we've done that with this pedal. I'm very, very proud of this pedal. I've used it on 2 tours already. I'm very proud of it. And the new Anthrax record, since I just finished recording the bass tracks,
Wow.
sounds effing killer. I
And
mean,
it's a great thing. You can use it both ways. You can go through an amp,
Yep.
and you can also go direct.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Soundmen love that. They love to mix the two. We deal with Iron Maiden, for example. He has the direct sound. He has the mic sound,
Yep.
and even one DI sound that is not even processed. And he gets some magical mixture.
It is.
So it's really cuts through the mix. And every night, you can get the same sound. That's the problem.
That's it.
With an amp,
Yeah.
you don't get the same
No.
sound. every night.
And because at this point, nobody wants to think too much. I don't want to show up at a show and say, oh my God, how's my sound going to be tonight? With me, every night, I don't think about it. The great thing is, well, we have techs, we have technicians that they just plug in and go. And that's what it's supposed to be. You don't want to have to worry. I don't want to touch knobs.
Yeah.
Once it's set, right?
You're an artist. You should supposed to create and not like an engineer and try to figure
Exactly.
it out.
Because that's not part of the show. People are paying to see the band, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to take time. Oh, I can't hear this. No. Give the show. The rest of it's taken care of already through the pedal. That's your sound is your sound, man. That's it.
Especially the way you guys do shows, jumping around and
There's
going
a,
crazy.
there's a lot going on, and that's what the whole point is. It's like I don't have to worry. And this specific pedal, I don't have to worry about. For me, having my own pedal from Tech 21, you have to understand how important it is. A lot of people come up through the years and say, want to do a pedal, want to do a pedal. For me, it's about who's behind it.
Yeah.
Who's behind it? I knew your ear, and I was always a fan of yours.
Nice.
I've always been. That's not a kiss-ass thing. It's the truth.
Yeah.
Because you think like I think. You think through your ears.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And it's always your ear, and you have the same thing in your head that I have. That sound. Even when we first met, when I told you what I like, dude, I swear to God, it was so quick.
Right.
You locked in on it so quick. I went home, I was on cloud 9. I was on cloud 9 because I think we connected with you without even talking about it. You just knew. I played a little bit, and I told you something. And
I remember you told me, like, that's it?
yeah.
That's so quick.
Yeah, because you got it. I was almost like I did something wrong because it was too fast.
The only thing I needed your bass, which you brought.
Right.
Because every bass is different,
Yeah.
you know, and then you really need to, like, you know, tailor it around the bass.
Right.
But your bass was perfect because it had a really good, you know, punch to it.
Yeah.
So it was so easy to work with it. I think you really worked on that quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, we did. We did pickups. I had my signature, my EMG pickups. We do. We have the whole Charvel bass. But for me, I want players to grab our pedals and just say, look, you play with yours and make your sound. You can get the Frank Bello sound, which I'm very proud of that we can actually do that now.
Yeah.
But people can develop their own sound from there. That's so important to me. Flat wound strings. I don't care what kind of music you play, jazz, whatever it is, big band, I don't give a damn what it is. Just have fun with it and explore. Go explore. We have a great starting point with our pedal.
Yep.
It's a great starting point. I want to see people, and it's very easy to use. I love the simplicity of our pedal.
Yeah.
I do.
Probably one of the simplest pedal we ever created for the exact purpose what you said. To keep it simple.
I'm so proud to hear that because coming from your history of what you've developed, because you have that brain I can never have. Never. But you have all those little gadgets and those buttons that can get a sound out of it. I never needed that, but I knew what I wanted. That's what's important. And I want to thank you for getting that in one chassis. You got to do one chassis. I'm so psyched about it.
Well, thank you for allowing me to do that because I'm more than happy to you know, tailor to your request or any artist, you know, because I understand that artists are playing, they're not a creator of the sound.
Right.
They are relying on the manufacturer to bring it to them, and sometimes the manufacturer can't do it.
Right.
And like, I love these guys like Brian May, that they built their own shed, you know,
Amazing.
the guitar he built.
Amazing.
He built a preamp, you know, a little transistor amp.
It's incredible.
Because he couldn't buy it.
Right.
Right? Now he had some expertise, and Joe Walsh, I heard that he
Yes.
modifies his amps
Yeah.
and stuff. But some of the artists don't have that.
That's what's incredible. Like you were that guy. You were that guy. So for me to come to
wanna
you,
be that guy.
you are, and that's I think honestly because I watched all your videos even before this. Remember, I've been coming to God 48th Street from this whole thing started from 48th Street.
Tell me about 48th Street.
Well, 48th Street was hallowed ground. Remember, that's one of the music stores back in the day. I don't know if you guys have any pictures of that back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean,
we were one block away, our office.
Yeah.
And so obviously I know the scene, but I want to hear it from you. What it meant for you, and how old were you first you went there, and what did you see?
it was a place of hope. I call 48th Street back then. It was you have to understand it was a bunch of music stores lined up, just as and music, all instruments in all the windows. It was Manny's, Sam Ash, all these great.
And Jimi Hendrix shop there.
Jimi Hendrix, all my favorite. I met the guys from Kiss there. I was a big diehard Kiss fan, so I met those guys in the front of. You have to understand, it was so big. Usually, back in the day, in the 70s and 80s, you can go in there and see your favorite musician maybe jamming on a guitar, checking it out.
Amazing.
And the hope of that was so special to me because I can actually go downtown and meet one of my heroes.
Yeah.
And ask him questions. Like, you know, when I met Paul Stanley in front of Manny's, I asked him 1,000 questions, right? About what he used on this and Gene Simmons. Oh, dude, thank you.
You didn't even finish this yet.
Guys,
Thank you.
cool. Hold on, we got to open this up. Thank you very much. Whoa! I didn't know you guys served this here.
You can eat this?
Special guys.
Thank you very much. This wasn't planned at all. This wasn't, but look, you know, it doesn't come
Because
in a
they
box.
wanted to surprise you.
Yeah, this is awesome. But this is
the pedal.
I'm proud to say this is the pedal, the Frank Bello Signature SansAmp. I'm so psyched about this. In Joe's Pizza. How about this? This is so cool, man. I'm so psyched about this. What is better in life? We have a beautiful day outside, Joe's Pizza, and Frank Bello's Signature.
And 48th Street is somewhere here.
Yeah, it's right here.
48th Street.
Yeah, so let me get back to that story,
Yeah.
and let's just leave this for promotion. So, so 48th Street was a place of hope. So, what I always remember going, this is 13, 14 years old, seeing and you would see the signs as you got older, Tech 21, NYC, Tech 21. It was always there.
You were the local.
Always the
guys,
local.
yeah.
And it was very New York to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's very street. And then as I got older, I knew I found out what it was about and how it was very street to me. It was very street, and I'm a kind of a street guy.
Yeah.
I'm a New Yorker through and through. And when I finally got a taste of what you guys were, it was over.
Well, let me tell you one story of mine.
Please.
I was about 14 years old, living in Budapest, Hungary, Eastern Bloc, curtain, everything, and I saw a documentary on New York, and I said, "This is where I want to live."
Wow, wow.
And so that was my goal, and then I eventually got there, and I started to work in a music store, repairing equipment, and then I developed my own thing. And then I started to show it, and then went to 48th Street, tried to sell it. They wouldn't buy it. So I said, please, let me just leave it here. And if you sell it, then you pay me. If you don't sell it, you give it back to me. They sold it next day. They ordered 6. And the first customers were like Def Leppard, Kiss, you name it. I remember I was just every day, like, I couldn't believe.
What year was this?
This was 89.
Oh my God, wow. So that's where your hunger comes from. You know that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's why.
But see, that's where we are the same.
Yes.
We have a hunger.
Yes.
And we never stop having that hunger
Nope.
because we started from the bottom.
Yeah, and that's the way I look at it.
So let's eat.
Oh, let's see.
We are hungry.
You know what? let's do this right, though. Remember, you don't eat like this. You don't eat New York pizza like this. You got to fold this, thing, right? Right. That's how you fold a pizza.
Huh?
Eventually, that oil is going to drip down here, and it's going to be a flavor saver for later.
Grease your elbow for the base.
That's it. It's easier. Elbow grease makes it slide. No wristbands. So freaking good. This is as good as ever.
It's like a pedal. It's so simple,
It's so simple.
but it works. It's really
Good analogy, and it's true. That is true. It's so simple, yet it works exactly the way you want it to.
That's New York City.
This is New York, man. I love it. Oh, you're so easy to talk to. So easy to talk to, man. You talk to me all day.